welcome to our Plugs Community Connection. I am your host, DJ Kitty Cat, with my sister co-host, Miss Morningstar on WKRA 92.7 FM The Change. If you're looking for the best in news, current events, community outreach programs, and shopping connections, you've come to the right place. We've got a great mix of content and community connections lined up for you this evening, along with special guest interviews. So, grab your favorite drink of choice, turn up the volume, and let's get into it.
Hello. Good morning, Grand Rising.
Yes. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Miss Morningstar. How are you?
Good morning, Powerful Black Woman. You are here with Powerful Black Woman and myself, Ms. Morningstar. We are tonight's host for the Our Plugs Community Connection. So thank you for joining us and joining in on this special broadcast. We're going to be talking about small businesses tonight.
Yeah.
Today, small businesses. It is Small Business Friday.
Yes. I can't
we
wait.
made it.
Yes.
DJ Kitty had a different arrangement this morning. So, of course, we still are rolling. So, I stepped in. I'm the host today, and our sister, Diva Carter, a.k.a. Powerful Black Woman, is here to hold me down as the co-host. So, we are glad to be here.
Yes. Thank you, everyone.
Yes. And everybody, make sure you get your coffee and enjoy. It's Friday. Get ready for the weekend. We are just getting into it. It's going to be a great weekend. Okay, so you guys know what we like to do in the beginning. It's me with the affirmations. I always have some good affirmation, as DJ Kitty likes to call me, the affirmation queen. I like that too, y'all. So I'm going to just get into it. This one is from celebrity Oprah Winfrey. Y'all, everybody know who Oprah is, right? So her quote was, "I am a product of every other Black woman before me who has done or said anything worthwhile. Recognizing that I am part of that history is what allows me to soar." So we know Oprah is a TV producer, talk show host, an icon, an author, an actress, a philanthropist. She was born actually in Mississippi, rural Mississippi. And as a teenager, she worked her way up into television production. And at the age of 19, she became an anchor at the local news, evening news. She launched her own production company and talk show. Y'all remember the Oprah Winfrey Show? It had everybody in the chokehold. Everybody used to watch Oprah. I remember coming home from school, my mother was watching the Oprah Show. And she was actually once the world's only Black billionaire. That's a fact for you. Additionally, she was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2013. So Oprah is a phenomenal woman,
Yes, she is. Yes, she is.
How you like that quote, Z?
I love it. We gaining up on her. We got to keep doing what we got to do and move forward. That's right.
Passing that torch. That's what it's about. We passing the torch, and that's what our plugs is about. We are passing the torch. We keeping it going. That's what community is about. It's about making sure that we all have a say so within our community, and making sure that we all are connected and can help each other and uplift each other. And so that's why tonight is one of those nights where it's important for us to, talk about what's going on in the community and helping small businesses. But before we get into some current events and stuff, I want to say good morning to my my guest here in Holly Springs, Mississippi. I'm looking at your weather. The high today is going to be 67 degrees Fahrenheit, mostly cloudy, so it's going to be a little cloudy. You're going to have tonight, let's see, an increase in clouds. Low is going to be around 40, a little bit windy, nothing too much. But maintaining that 67, there might be a little chance of rain, precipitation. It's about 20%. So not too heavy. Just make sure you do prepare if you're out in the evening on Friday, because I know it's Friday night. And 67 is decent weather. So if you're going out, or now it's going to drop in the evening. It's going to drop. So make sure you have a sweater or a jacket with you if you're stepping out, going to dinner, or hanging out with family, or whatever you're doing, whatever you enjoy doing on the weekend. Listen, the weekends are yours. So just be safe when you go out there and do it, and make sure you carry your preparation, have your rain boots just in case, and your umbrella.
And if you need to wash some sins away, you got the water to do it.
That's there you go. There you go, Diva. So let's go ahead and move forward into some current events. Whew.
Yes,
this has been a week. It has been a week full of entertainment. Least to say, not entertaining so much, but just sad. Just politics is really sad these days.
It is. We are living in a time, I believe, of revelation.
I hear you.
And I think the scripture said, Revelation 13, 16 through 17. Christians will follow a false prophet and wear the mark of the beast on their forehead. We are in that time right now.
Diva, I can't agree more. I mean, and I'm not one of what you call a person who is, at church every Sunday, or, doing, but I am very spiritual. I do believe in, the book. I believe in our God. And these, I have to agree with you. These are the signs of the times. Some of the things that are just happening. You think about the book of Revelations, which I do know is things happening. It's things that's relating to what's happening. So, we really gotta stay geared in and focused. I know today, in today's news, or maybe yesterday's news, the Supreme Court did decide to go ahead and put the motion through to move forward in releasing that money that for that foreign aid, those contractors that actually did the work, and wanted to be paid for, these foreign countries that need this aid. They need the food, they need the medicine, and it's just evil to try to withhold that money from starving children and ill children, and people with fighting diseases in other countries, when we're supposed to be the land of the giving and the free, and we're supposed to be the big brother, but not no more so much.
I think we lost on that. Who is my brother's sister's keepers, right? And a lot of us, not me particular, but a lot of us has failed from that. You're supposed to love thy neighbor. You're supposed to welcome all the immigrants in. This is a free land, the land of the free, right? But they putting it in the way for some. No, it don't work like that. And I believe we are fighting not the flesh and blood, but principalities. And I know that. And I just and I know that because my faith is strong. And I just sit back and continue to move forward and do what I still have to do, because we will not follow man. Period.
No, we're not doing that. We are not. We're gonna keep doing what's right. We're gonna keep, moving forward, as you always say. That's what we're gonna continue to do. And I see that, and life is gonna continue to move forward. It is very challenging right now. Like and think about it, we up against white supremacy, you know, is what we see it as, you know, what we see it as. A lot of us see it as, not even just my melanated brothers and sisters. You know, our allies, they see it as that as well, you know, and everybody is not in agreement with that, you know. That's not everybody's life. And we're not built, we weren't all born to just be hateful. As some people, nobody's born to be hateful. It's always a taught behavior.
Right. It starts in the home.
It starts in the home. And so when you don't teach it, if you don't teach your children properly, you end up with what we have going on Pennsylvania Avenue with all these
enablers.
Enablers. You know what I say, Decepticon. But you know, a different people who are hurting the American citizens.
Yeah,
people are losing their jobs. I heard in current events with news, 80,000 VA employees are targeting to fire. That's a lot. That's a lot of people.
People going to be hurt, and people is really going to be in a mental state of mind to either hurt themselves or hurt someone because they are hurting. And
hurt people
that's right. And they lashes out to those that's closer to them.
Hurt people.
Yes. And it's sad.
It is sad. You know, unemployment rates are going to be skyrocketing. Yes, Shanika, it's going to hit the roof. It's going to hit the roof. And we're going to have people, hey, T-Talk, I see you there. It's going to be people, you know, desperate.
Yes.
Desperate. I mean, it's starting. Yes. Good thing is, excuse me, I dropped my pen. Good thing is we do have some federal judges that are pushing back. So, you know, there was a federal judge I know in California that put an order out that he did unlawful firing for those probationary and federal employees. So it needs to be rescinded. I think the deadline was actually today that, you know, they needed to get their jobs rescinded. So I haven't followed up on it, but there is pushback, you know. Maybe not the way we want to see it, but there is pushback. You know,
yes.
we want things fast, but we know it's a process. It's a process, but in the meantime, you know, people are, hey, kitty, you see, I told you she's gonna come through. She can't resist. Hey, baby, how's it going? They can't help but be stressed during these times. You know, people really can't help it, and I get it. It's a lot when you're trying to just live your regular normal life, feed your family, go to work every day, come home, pay your bills, you know, live in your quiet space and be comfortable within your own home. But you still got it in the back of your mind, is tomorrow going to be my last day, you know?
Right.
Especially if you are a federal employee.
You on pins and needles. You're actually on pins and needles. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So let's see what else is in news. Another federal judge reversed the firing of the NLRB, which is the National Labor Relations Board. It was a member was actually fired by Donald Trump. And the judge overturned it. Her name was Gwen Wilkins. She's a Black woman. And the judge overturned it and said an American president is not king. That was the quote from the judge.
That's right.
No, American president is not king.
No, it's not.
We live in a democracy. We fought against having a king.
That's right.
That's not what we want. You know, we want to live in peace and unity. We want to be able to have free will.
Yes.
Free religion, free to love whoever we love.
And that's what the Constitution is all about. And it seems like they're trying to break it down piece by piece to get rid of it. But no, it's not going to go down like that.
It's not. So that judge ordered a reinstatement. So this is my point, you know, with the judges. thank goodness for Kamala and Joe Biden for putting those judges in place before the end of their term. Because if we didn't have those judges in place the way we do, I don't know where we would be. You know?
So, Barack Obama, he put it in a couple of as well before he left.
Absolutely.
So, we
sure
got some
did.
good judges. Yeah.
Barack did it as well. So they knew exactly what they were doing. Speaking of Barack, let's get into some. Yes. Don't we miss Barack?
I miss Barack. I saw him today. I believe yesterday. I'm sorry. He was at the Clippers game.
Yes, that's what I was going to say.
He had a standing ovation. And I tell everybody, this is what presidential looks like when everybody come together.
Yeah, absolutely. He is loved. Yes. He is going to always be respected and loved, no matter what type of harsh garbage they try to put out about this person, this man. We actually witnessed. See, it's hard to try to tear down one's character when we witnessed it. We lived it, what's it been, 45 days of the hell we've been going through here. So
it seems like longer though,
It does. It really does. Because when it's not good, it just drags. It drags. So yes, the 44th president appeared at the LA Clippers game. And he loves basketball. He was front and center. And I love basketball. So we have something definitely in common.
Yes,
me and Barack. Speaking of basketball.
The humanity was what I miss in the Oval Office. You know what I mean?
Yes.
The love, the care. He's shown that with everyone.
Yes.
Everyone.
Everybody. Right.
Yeah.
It wasn't separated. It wasn't Democrats versus Republicans. It wasn't that, them versus us. It wasn't that. And we all felt it, and we all understood, that we were all important.
Yes.
That we were all important. Yeah. So, I definitely give my hands down always when I see Barack. He's like kind of the light at the end of the darkness.
That's our brother's keeper.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
And any other news you got for me, Ziva? Anything else?
Yeah. So today I went on BIN, Black Information Network. It's an app that you can download to get more Black entertaining news.
Okay.
So I looked up, it's Walt Disney Animation Studio, right? You remember the young lady Tiana?
The princess.
So they unplugged her.
Wow.
Yes. Talking about why? There's no funds to go on with the princess, right? But and let's keep it quiet. It's really about DEI. They pull that as well.
Diversity, equity, inclusion. Something that they just, it would take my sister to get up here and talk about Miss Jack, that she said use the full name, because they don't understand what DEI represented, that it wasn't really to help us. It was for people who in a DE, and I'm saying it wrong, DEIA, because it's accessibility as well.
Yes.
It's DEIA for diversity, equity, inclusion, accessibility. Right. For people who are, handicapped or right. They still gotta work,
Yes.
People with handicaps still have to go to work. I don't know. It's sad.
We just got to continue to move forward, and we just let go and we let God, because guess what? It's out of our hands. When it's out of our hands, we give it to his hands. He fight all our battles. And
that's right.
Let's just keep it like that. And if we keep it like that, we have that peace of mind to continue to move forward in a productive way.
That's right. You guys, I'm going to take a quick break. We are getting close to break. Well, we got maybe about a minute or something else. Did you want to say something else before we break?
Sure. So today, the GOP chair called themselves flagging Ayanna Pressley because of the duty she had, because she spoke up about them trying to take away more DEI programs. So she spoke up and told the truth, and they didn't want to hear that. So they're trying to shut her mouth up like they did Mr. Al Green.
I ain't surprised. It's going to be more of that, y'all. It's going to be more of that. We're going to come back and we're going to talk a little bit more about it. You all are listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection, brought to you by WKRA 92.7 The Change. I'm your host this evening, Ms. Morningstar, and I have my beautiful friend, sister, I'm pointing the wrong way, sister, Diva Carter, aka Powerful Black Woman, along with me. And we will be right back after this commercial break.
Hello, fellow taxpayers. I'm Andre Martinez, and as the founding owner of EA Tax Pros, I can honestly tell you that our clients trust our team of highly skilled and experienced accountants. Why? Because we work with a passion to keep your money in your pockets, and we keep filing taxes simple, regardless of any situation. And let's be honest, taxes are not everyone's favorite. That's why, as a multi service accounting firm, our professional accountants have a deep understanding in all areas of accounting, and as well as tax planning, preparation, and resolving your tax issues. We lead the way of effectively utilizing the tax regulations and IRS codes to help our clients clearly identify the path of their personal, nonprofit, and business goals. So, if you don't know how to start your business or your nonprofit, we welcome you to the EA Tax Pros team, and you will have access to our enrolled agents who have earned the highest certification of the IRS, as well as CPAs, certified acceptance agents, and QuickBooks certified pro advisors. So give us a call, 713-496-0262. Or you can visit us at ea-taxpros.com. So come join the team that taxpayers trust. Also, don't forget to check out ourplugs.com, a community built with culture.
Hey guys, yes, this is my nonprofit, Carter's Caring Hands. And what my nonprofit does, we give fresh food boxes to those families in need that's struggling to keep food on their tables. We also go out into the unhoused community, give out care bags here in the Kalamazoo, Michigan area. So if you'd like to donate to the cause, please go to www.carterscaringhands.com and donate whatever you can, so we together can uplift those families that's struggling to keep food on their tables. Highly appreciated. God bless.
Welcome to a world that sparkles. Sparkle Cakes LLC takes custom to a whole new level. You are guaranteed to find a gift for that special someone, or even a customized gift for yourself. So head on over to my Etsy shop, Sparkle Cakes LLC, and start your personalized order today. I'll be waiting to hear from you. Have a great day.
Okay, we are back from that commercial break. Welcome back, everybody.
Yes. Hello, everybody, again.
Good morning. Good morning. So, as we were saying before we left, and we're gonna be bringing our guest, our brother Ashley. He's part of our plus. Andre Martinez. He is the owner of EA Tax Pros. You guys saw his or heard and saw, because we have guests in the YouTube world who can actually see the videos. his commercial about EA Tax Pros. So he's going to come up today and give us some good, useful nuggets on about small businesses and how, we can get our proper credentialing, because a lot of us don't know that. I know I didn't when I first opened up my store. So I think this is a great educational piece we're going to learn tonight. But like you were saying, Diva, and before I bring Andrea, you were saying how they, he was basically trying to shut her down.
Yes.
Saying what she wanted. She was trying to read an article. I actually saw the video.
Mm-hmm.
She was trying to read an article, and he was interrupting her. He didn't want her to read it because it was something negative about Texas. People in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You see how they do.
They trying to hide the truth, y'all. That's all it is. They want to bury truth and to bury our history. They just want to cover everything up. But eventually it will come back up from the surface.
Yeah. They want to blur the lines, y'all. We just got to hold that line. We got to definitely hold that line.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and bring Andre in. Andre, I'm going to bring you to the stage. Hey, Andre.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Hi,
Everyone out there. Yeah.
Doing good. Holding the fort down today.
Oh, for sure. Definitely doing a great job. And we miss DJ Kitty Cat, but she's always here supporting us no matter how.
Always. I knew I was gonna see my sister in the comments. Yeah. She ain't going too far.
Right. How's your morning going?
Oh, it's been a blessing. I always, before I hit the ground, thank God, our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ was always there to listen in prayer. So do my devotional, and then I get started with my day, thanking Him, and so it's just a blessing. It's grind time, and it's early rising and late nights for me in this tax season. But I'm just glad to bless anybody here who is listening to just drop some gems to get them started on the right path.
Right.
Amen.
Being independent and financially stable and sustainable for their families. And thank you guys.
Thank you.
How
y'all doing?
We're doing well. We're doing well. We are in the midst of glory, because we do have the strength, we do have the ability, we do have the guidance of the true Most High that will keep us on a straight and narrow path to do what we got to do.
Mm-hmm.
Amen.
You better say that. So, guys, this morning we're going to get into a little bit of business, a little bit of nuggets about starting a small business or starting a business, period. Andre, if you can give us a little education on, a lot of us don't know what to do. And I was one of those people. 5 years ago, I started Morningstar Boutique by Tam, and I had no clue. I knew about getting, the started, but I didn't really know how to go about doing the rest of the paperwork. So if you can give us a little, some nuggets, you guys, if you can take some notes, it's going to be good.
You're definitely going to need them. I'm telling you, one day you will need them.
Amen. So first off, most folks are actually already doing a business. They don't know it. But if you have any type of profit motive, and I'm going to throw in some IRS lingo just so you guys are covered, in case of an audit. If you have a profit motive and you're making managerial decisions, and those can be whether, marketing, they could be from inventory options, where you're going to store your things, those types of managerial decisions, you are operating a business. Some people just think that it's just for fun, or, even grandmothers, hey, I'm just watching my grandchildren or picking up my nieces and nephews. Like, no, you're legitly running a after school care program. You're paying for, pickup, you're paying for food, snacks, everything else. books. So a lot of people, if you are doing these things and have that profit motive of wanting to get more money, which, let's face it, everything has gone up. It's hard to make an omelet these days without having to make lifetime decisions.
I know, right?
So if you are doing these services already, go ahead, and at the very least, you can go to your county tax office and get a DBA. What that stands for is a doing business as. Now, with that DBA, it doesn't have any separation from you as the person and the owner as from the business. But you can still get a tax ID number. You can still use that tax ID number, which is called a EIN, and you get that from your IRS website, which stands for Employer Identification Number. So that's your federal tax ID number. And you can start your business bank account. Why do that? Because the fact that if you ever needed to show proof, you can be able to not have your personal and your business expenses all tangled up together. The next level is definitely where you take it more seriously into the next stage of business is the LLC. That LLC, being limited liability company, you're going to establish that with your state, your Secretary of State. So with that being said, you're going to either go to your Secretary of State website or come to EA Tax Pros or your trusted business site to do that. What that does, it has the protection, basically creates a shield around your personal assets. So when you're doing business, your assets, they won't come and get your couch or get your car or do those things, mm-hmm. and that way you're protected from any lawsuits and things of that nature. Also, you can be able to trademark, when you go into marketing and posting things and copywriting, they're going to want to see the LLC. And just because
Andre, I have a quick question.
Yeah, go ahead.
About
I'm
the
sorry.
LLC. No, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but with the LLC, do they have to be renewed every year or every 5 years? I've had people ask this question before. Are LLCs, do you have to get them renewed?
The answer is no to that question. They're not renewed, but you do have to maintain the LLC status by going to your Secretary of State and filing the right forms, because every state has different forms. In Texas, there's what we call a franchise report, and that's filed every May 15th. And that basically is also just letting everybody know, hey, you're still in business. Hey, I am operating. It's called an owner's information report. So there's different reports that you file annually to just let everybody know, hey, I'm still working and I'm still operating in business.
Okay.
So that's the only thing as far as maintaining.
And also, if you get your LLC in another state and you happen to move to another state, do you have to now register another LLC in the current state you live in, or are you good to go with your LLC wherever, as long as you're maintaining it?
It's actually a really good question. I'm glad you brought that up, because in today's climate, because we got Wi-Fi, you could work anywhere, as long as you got some internet and you can ship things or drop shipping. So you can be able to take that LLC and move to another state, but you'll be considered a foreign entity, foreign to that state, not foreign as
country
from another country.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay.
So there's typically a filing fee that you have to let that state know. So let's say if I move from Texas to Florida or California, they have their own laws and regulations. and therefore you can be able to let them know, because you're going to have to get their state tax ID number, because they want you to pay their state fees every year. And also if you are selling products. So if you're selling products or have an inventory, and certain services are actually not taxed at your state rates, you know, like professional services. But, you know, if you go to like massages or other things, that there will be that sales tax. So you'll want to update that sales tax information with that new state as well.
Right. Okay. Quarterly. They ask for that
exactly.
That was the mistake. When I first moved here to Kalamazoo, right? I am a LPN. You know, I'm also a PT. I started a DBA as a private home care nurse, right? I didn't know that I had to pay all those taxes. I was paying more taxes than I had clients, and I just couldn't understand that. You know, so I'm like, what in the world is going on here? You know, it wasn't working out. So I'm like, okay, I gotta let this go for a minute and do something else until I get my thought process in the right tax bracket way that I can understand more about how to do taxes that way as a DBA.
And then Sister Diva, do not feel bad. That's a majority, I'd say 60% to 70%. You know, some people, I got to dial back. Hold on. You know, let me get this straight. Let me get my pricing, you know, in order. And so that's why it's very important to sit down, you know, with an enrolled agent or a CPA or somebody. Actually, you want to sit down with a tax strategist. So we have that at our firm. And so that's one sweet spot that I like to operate in, is creating tax plans. So before you make your first dollar, okay, you set up your LLC, you set up your business. It's the planning, because you know the money is going to come. You wouldn't came up with this idea out of nowhere thinking that I'm just going to do it to make $0. No, there's people out there and there's a market. So you have to create that tax plan for when the money comes in, because it's always easy to earn and get money. It's harder to retain and keep it in your back pocket. You know, not give it to Uncle Sam at the end of the year. So you want to have that tax plan.
Question. She said, is there a fee?
Yes, whenever there is the foreign entities or you move state to state, there's always going to be that fee. So like I said, just go to the Secretary of State site and look for that fee. Or you can just give us a call and we'll figure that out for you as well. Because another thing, you know, if you're going to be doing state to state businesses, including, you know, having deliveries cross state line, let's say, because Texas doesn't have that state tax. But if I have products and have a deliverer and doing things across state lines, you know, and having a second branch or whatever in another state, I'm going to have to now pay what they call, you know, those state line taxes, you know. So you, just because you start in a state that don't have state taxes, if you operate in another state, you're going to have to pay those taxes.
Yeah, that's like here in Kalamazoo, we don't even have city taxes. We only got state and government here. We don't have city, which is strange. I was thinking, we don't have city taxes. Can I do a DBA under that? You think? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, wherever you're operating in, because the DBA, it's another thing, it's a restriction too. You are only going to operate, and that name only holds within that county.
Okay.
So when you go to that county tax assessor's office, that name is only going to go as far as that county.
Oh,
or
I
you can
see.
list a few counties that you're going to be operating in.
Oh, okay. So
LLC,
it don't go across
you can be able to go nationwide.
Okay. So I can't take it across Michigan, just in my county with the DBA?
Exactly. You're limited
Wow,
to
see, I did not know that.
area. Mm-hmm.
I did not
So
know that.
if somebody has your name in the county that you moved to, you can, I mean, it's legit. Like, you can't have that name outside that county of where you're putting, or if you notify them of those different counties.
Okay.
So that's why it's better to level up, get that LLC, or become a small business corporation as well.
Okay. Right. I got one more question. Now, as a DBA, I know I got to work in the county I am, but what if I have employees that work in another state under my DBA name to help the clients I have there, not in the same state, but a different county? So how do that work?
Yeah, that's fine, because it's in the same state, just different county. You'll just pay whatever payroll taxes that need to be paid. Of course, your Social Security, Medicare, and then so that way you can be able to be within the IRS standards, or if they're contractors, they'll be paid and given a 1099 at the end of the year.
Okay.
Got another question in the comments from DJ Kitty. So if you ship to a different state, do you have to pay those state taxes?
Yes. So that's a reason why, even on some of these subscriptions, some of my accounting software, it will have the $99 a month, but then it'll have that 8.25% state sales tax. If I was in Florida or California, Louisiana, I mean, whatever that after the product sales, then that that percentage for that state will be added on to it.
Yeah, I definitely.
So that's why they have you enter in, in your payment information. They want to know that zip code because they want to know.
Right, they do. Because I'm from Ohio, but of course I live in Texas. But of course, when I first started my business, where was the majority of my customer base? In Ohio, and they pay state taxes there, although we don't pay state taxes here. So, and then I also had operations still going on in Ohio. So I was cross state lines. So I was paying Ohio taxes and I was paying taxes in Texas. And I had my mom on the payroll. This was like, when it was going strong. Now it's just me. But in Texas, but I still do have customers. So yes, that's 100% true. And that's things I did not know in the beginning. This is why what you're giving us tonight is some nuggets, because there's a lot of people who don't know these things and they just go in blind.
Go ahead.
So an employee of mine with the DBA, I can get them to pay their own taxes under that, correct?
Well, you wouldn't call them an employee. If they're going to operate as a contractor, you can contract their DBA to your company, and then they're their own independent contractor, and then they'll pay their self-employment taxes.
Okay.
But that's another distinction. Are they an employee or are they a contractor? Because if they're a contractor, you don't have to pay their FICA, their federal and withholdings, and also their Social Security, Medicare tax. And what the IRS says as far as differentiating the two positions is the fact that if they're a contractor, then they're not going to be wearing any of your logos or your employee apparel. You necessarily can't have them on a schedule or telling them step by step what to do if they're going to be a contractor. An employee, you're going to train them how you want the job done, when you want it, and on a schedule. And if you want them to wear and represent your company while they're doing the job, then you can tell them to wear their uniform with your logo on it. So that's the difference. The main differences.
Okay.
So you got to be careful of how much control you have over the job that they're doing if they're going to be an independent contractor and you're not paying payroll.
Okay.
All right, guys, we got to take another quick break. We'll be back. You are watching Our Plugs, the Community Connection, brought to you by WKRA 92.7 The Change. I'm your host, Ms. Morningstar. I have my sister, Diva Carter, with me, powerful Black woman, and my brother, Andre Martinez, here, giving you some good nuggets. We'll be back shortly after this commercial break. Enjoy.
Opal May Simplistic Beauty is hair care and skin care in a bottle. Take a quick survey and let us design your own formula. Go to ourplugs.com, look for Opal May Simplistic Beauty, and we can get your formula out to you as soon as possible. We hope to hear from you soon. Have a great day.
Timeless elegance. Redefine class. Welcome to Morningstar Boutique by Tam, where fashion at its finest, fashion that brings out your inner cuteness, and styles that make you go, oh girl, where you get that from? Check me out at www.morningstarboutique.com or at ourplugsllc.com. Can't wait to see you.
Welcome to Nutrition You Design. Finally, your place to really get to the bottom line of your health with our functional nutritionist Gail Thorpe on board. You have a caring practitioner to get to the root cause of your health concerns when all else fails. At Nutrition You Design, we specialize in women's health, anywhere from hormones, fibroids, menopause. We have you covered. With over 200 specialty lab tests, we are like your personal health detective. We offer customized meal plans, genetic testing, stress management, and a host of other offers to really get you healthy. Be sure to book your consultation at nutritionyoudesign.com or give us a call at 877-898-5130. You can also find us at ourplugs.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
All right, guys, and we are back. And you are listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection. Those were some of our Plug members with businesses, small businesses, thriving and making changes in the community, guys. Make sure you go to ourplugs.com and list your business. If you have a small business or if you have an organization or if you have a nonprofit, go list your business on Our Plugs and connect with the community. We have some awesome things happening in the upcoming future. I'm going to hand it back over to Andre, the expert tonight, giving us some great nuggets tonight, or this morning. I'm sorry, y'all keep saying tonight. This morning, giving us some great, I must want to go back to bed. This morning on on how we can develop our small business and be great in our small business. So, Andre, go ahead.
Oh, well, since I'm here on the Our Plug session, it's just rightfully so to talk about how we can be able to win some of these contracts that are specified, especially state and government contracts that are specified towards the minority businesses, whether it be construction or any type of contracts that the state is over and the government's over. They're supposed to allocate a percentage, 10%, 12%, whatever that may be in the area towards minority owned businesses. So it's not just all one type of people having the whole project done and not letting any others be able to have a fair chance to operate. So one thing you want to do is get with your local city. Every major city has a minority business owner application. I know I've set up plenty here in Houston, Dallas area. And so every major city has their minority application standards. And so part of all of the applications to be a minority business owner is the fact that you have to at least be 50%, or you could also be a women-owned business. So you want to have majority ownership as a women-owned business, and you could have actually both credentials. So you, Miss Morningstar and Miss Ziva, you guys can actually double the trouble and add to the bank, because when you have that minority certification added to your business, not only are you added to the list of businesses that they have to reach out to in order to get that contract done, but you can be able to take that, statewide, nationwide, and have that as an added bonus. And that's what Our Plugs looks at, is that you have a certified minority-owned business. You're not just talking about it, you're not being about it, or there's not no shadow man in the back that's funding majority and is not a minority. So you want to get that done first. And the main requirements is financial statements. Okay, have your bank statements, have your financial statements, your profit and loss, making sure that they can see your income and expenses, and a balance sheet. And so, like I said, because our firm is a multi-service firm, we can be able to prepare those financials for you. That way you're ready. That way you are able to meet every requirement. And I know for Houston, they also require a resume. So have your resume ready as well.
Wow.
And also your bylaws. That's a big thing that people do not have, is bylaws and operating agreements. Basically, who is in operation of the business? How much did you guys put in to start the business? How do you guys run the business as a board or as just a business owner, period. So, you want to get these things in order, because you don't want to waste any time and have to redo the application and pay another fee.
Right.
That's what happened with one of my clients that they was ready to go, but they didn't have some certain documents, and it took too long to get those documents. And had we had everything up front, we could have had the minority certification done.
Diva, mute your mic. I think I hear some
just
feedback.
like that. Okay. So you want to get that minority business owner certification through your, like I said, your city. And then you want to go and get, go to SAMS.gov and get a UEI number. What that UEI number is, a unique entity identifier number. So it's 12 characters long. And so it's used to identify businesses that do business with the U.S. government. So you see how certain companies, tech companies, or whoever is getting these billions of dollars, they done got the UEI number. They have gotten everything that they need to be prepared to get and receive these funds. And also, while you're getting this information together, get your professional's insurance. If you need to be, certified and have some of these licenses and permits, get that before you ask for the grants and this funding, or to be a part of the list of contractors to get hired for these jobs, because that's the biggest turned down and actually knocks down so many of our business brothers and sisters in the minority community because they do not have the right permits, licenses, and insurances. So they can have the business. They've been operating for years on end, have loyal clients, everything. But if they are not legit in every category, when they go and present and pitch their offer to these $1 million of contracts that the government has to pay out anyway, then you're going to fall through the cracks. That's what happens a lot of times. It's so hurtful and painful because you get right there and then bam, you get knocked down.
And I can speak on that, Andre, because I do work for the federal government, but I did used to work with contracts. I was a core. So I am a core, actually. So when it came to contracts and people doing business with the government, of course, like you said, you got to register at SAMS and have that UEI number. And you should have seen how many people we had to actually, I remember just big contracts having to turn them away because they had not got established with the government yet. They had not got their SAMs established, and they went through the whole process and trying to get these $1 million contracts. Exactly. And couldn't get in to get bidded on, Now it's just seeming like everybody, get rid of all them contracts, put your billionaire friends in, and they can get the contracts easy, It's easy peasy. It's easy peasy, but I digress.
Yes, it won't be no more for us. But they took it all the grants and everything. Yeah. I'm serious. They cleaning us out.
I'm
serious.
That's why be quick to get legit.
That's right. Right. Don't quit. Right. Don't quit to be legit. Be quick.
That's right.
You are
absolutely right.
I'm glad you shared that testimony, sis.
Yeah, because now I'm even though I don't do that particular portion of the government, I'm still very aware of it, and I'm just saying, just like the things that you're telling us is fact. We need to get our business in order so that we're prepared for the things to come. And guys, the great thing about being a member of Our Plugs is that we have Andre. He's a member of Our Plugs, and he's actually an admin member. So he's working with the team. And when you have those questions, that he has a team that can answer those questions for you. I definitely got questions, and I definitely will reach out, because when you're a small business, it's already a lot to bring, to take in, especially if you're small and it's just you and you're just running it by yourself. And there's a lot of things that go unanswered, and you might miss some things, and then you get this bill and you're like, what I gotta pay this for? Testimony. So these things we're learning this morning is actually going to be very beneficial. Please go to ourplugs.com, guys. Register. Even if you don't have that business yet, but you want to get that business, still become a member. You can be a general user and just get your profile set up, establish your profile, and make sure that you send an email with questions. And we can always reach back out to you guys to connect with you and give you the information you need for your success. So, yeah. Go ahead, Andre. If you got anything. One question I did have.
Go ahead, shoot.
The Dun and Bradstreet. Dun and Bradstreet.
Yeah.
So I am with Dun and Bradstreet. You
got your duckies in a row.
I do. I have and I'm telling you, that came later. And because I was looking
after the trials and experience.
Yeah, I was looking to get some business credit established, and I got some different people telling me, well, you got to do this, you got to do that, and me not fully understanding, and I still don't fully understand it. So, can you give us a little insight about Dun and Bradstreet?
Yeah,
what that means?
Definitely. You actually took it out of my plan, so I don't know if you be looking in my notes, but yeah, I definitely will get on top of that. Appreciate that and bringing that out. So when you go to Dun and Bradstreet, it's like Morningstar was saying, it's a business credit. So just like for personal experiences, we have Equifax, TransUnion, and those credit bureaus, right? So in order for the banks to have somebody to go to trust their word about your business paying assets off and purchasing equipment on credit, they're going to go to Dun and Bradstreet and say, hey, how is this business doing? Let me see their transaction and credit history. How have they been paying that off before we give them this, $50,000 line of credit that they want, or, have any other investing opportunities. They're going to ask for that Dun and Bradstreet. Even in government contracting as well, they're going to ask for those two numbers, the Dun and Bradstreet information, as well as that SAM's UEI number. So it's best that you get that started as soon as you get your EIN. So when I was talking about that tax planning stage, that's also where you want to do your Dun and Bradstreet, because you're going to need some capital. You're going to burn up a hole in your pocket trying to fund your business yourself. You're going to put your family in debt. You're going to put a financial strain on your marriage or your relationships and loved ones. And, if you don't have the money or come from wealth, then you're high possibility that you're going to flop, or you're going to end up settling for some of these high interest loans just to get started. And you don't want to start off on that foot. So you want to be able to operate and use other people's funding and capital to pay off your employees, to get the business from crawling to walking to running as fast as you can.
That's right.
And how would you recommend it? Because a beginner in business, it's hard to establish business credit, because you gotta have, just like when you're building your personal credit, they want to see some establishments there. So I actually started with like smaller things like Uline, or maybe some type of merch company that you can buy products from, you can, where they'll give you a little line of credit and you just have to pay it monthly. Is that a good way to establish it? And does it take longer for business to build?
So, because the only credit that you're going to have in the beginning is your personal credit, because there's zero balances and transactions with your business. So they're going to first look at you, so you want to get your ducks in a row as well. But you can start out, Best Buy, getting your camera that you're going to set up on your tripod to record your, videos, or computers and laptops. These things you're going to need. Stop buying them in your personal business bank, personal bank account, and switch it to your business bank account. It's time to put the emphasis and be more, just put things in your business bank account rather than that's why it's so important to get that tax ID number quick, because you're going to start buying things and you're going to need that debit card and bank account to show up and have these assets. But buy those things, or if you have okay credit and you can take out, let's say, a $5,000 SBA loan, go to SBA, Small Business Administration website. They have all types of different loans, and some are for minorities, some are for different types of environmental businesses. They even give out certain loans for businesses that have been impacted by hurricanes or national disasters. And because they know that the small business, local areas, tourists thrive, they're going to offer some cash. So show and prove, and they're really low interest rates. especially during COVID, there was plenty of people getting, business loans. Some misused, let's just be honest.
I was about to say, they was cutting up.
Especially that PPP money, they was, buying Lamborghinis and lying all over.
Doing way too much, right?
Don't set yourself
they were showing off and got busted.
Right. So we, have some,
crazy
business integrity, some morals, and know that you're not in business for just a year. Them people thought that they can get by and buy that, house or Lamborghini and then be good. But hey, you got to live for the next 3, 4, 5 years. And in this economy, $100,000 is nothing. It takes at least $5,000 to live in an apartment.
Just to live, yeah.
And buy some groceries.
Those the people I call, they hood.
What
rich.
You call them?
I call them hood rich. They only gonna be rich during tax season. They
she get that. Said it, y'all. I didn't say it.
They get that bundle of money and they spending.
Because
they serving.
They don't know the value of the dollar. For one thing,
what you gonna do next month?
You have to. What about the safety net, emergency, and stuff like that? Exactly. You actually need at least 3 meals to retire. 3 meals to retire.
Yeah. And that's
if you want to live good.
Black Papa woman said she ain't playing. She ain't holding back. 3 million.
You need at least that. I'm serious. If you want to live comfortable, the way it was going now, you see what I'm saying? You at least gonna need that.
I hear you.
Right. Yeah. So and you don't want to live in the moment because guess what? You still gotta pay before next April 15th a whole nother round of taxes. So if you didn't save
so quick
and make if you needed to make estimated payments, which you can to the IRS. If you're a self-employed business owner and you're going to have a profit at the end of the year, then you want to pay in quarterly, make your quarterly estimated payments, or you can get with a tax strategist and planner like myself or the CPAs I work with at the firm. That way we can be able to true up your numbers. Every quarter, we do estimated calculations.
Right.
So let's say first 2 quarters, you're at June and you're having a really good month. Everybody's buying your products because they done spent crazy on the refund. And so you're really balling in the bank. Okay. But you plan on buying another storefront or you plan on buying a major asset in the third quarter. Well, then you can depreciate that asset within that year and expense that asset in that year, which is called Section 179. So a Section 179 expense means that you can fully depreciate that item within that year and not have to depreciate it over time. Okay. And if you do that, guess what? It knocks down that income. You don't have to pay them taxes as if you would in those first 2 quarters. So you want to true up your numbers every quarter to see how much taxes you really are going to pay or how much you need to pay in quarterly.
Andre, what's another good way to knock down that income? I was told in the past to get because a lot of us that have small businesses, we do have other jobs. We have regular, full-time jobs.
Income,
so you're filing. So I was told before, you need to get that IRA or somewhere where you're putting your money into a bank account or a savings account, and it's tax-free. So they're not counting that income. It's kind of taken away from what you made that year if you're putting a little bit in that account, out of your paycheck. So whatever. What is it called? Is it the IRA?
401k?
Not the 401k.
The IRA?
Yeah, Miss Morningstar, you need to get out my notes. I was just gonna. I don't know how much longer we got here, but
we don't
listen.
we got
I was
going
to get into the SEP, that's self-employed pension plan.
Okay.
So it's basically creating your own piggy bank that you can be able to deposit. 6,500 or up to 20% of your income earnings for that year, depending on your business, your age limit. There's some thresholds, but yeah. So that self-employed plan, is that retirement plan that you can put away throughout the year. And so one other aspect, and I'm glad you brought that up, is you don't have, if you didn't make the contributions during the year, that's the only plan that you can make contributions after the year is over up until you're filing.
Oh, I didn't know. What is that one called again?
The SEP? Self-employed. Right. Yeah.
Okay. So you can, if you wanted to wait till that before you file, you can put that money in
go
there
ahead
and it could
put some and make
it
some.
could deduct off of your income.
Catch-up contributions.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah.
See, I'm loaded with questions because I've been burning for these questions because I know I got a business and it's things I think about and I'm like, ooh, tax season always get me kind of like jittery, because it's tax season. But I mean, these are things we need to know, guys. These are important facts that you want to know to be successful as a small business owner or as a business owner, period. Whether you're small or big, you want to have this information for your success. You don't want to get caught in the web of debt.
And so every financial institution, I mean, you can create them. I mean, if you want to go to Merrill Lynch, that's fine. Or, Charles Schwab, but just mention that SEP or mention the simplified employee pension, and that way they can be able to put you on that self-employed IRA, and you can just like the checking account, you can be able to open up with that financial institution.
Yeah.
You also can get a self-secured credit line if you have a credit union.
Yeah.
That'll build your credit up as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The only thing with that, they want to make sure that you have that money already on hand.
Right.
So if you want to have a running credit of 5,000, well, you got to have 5,000 to put in.
Yes, because you're gonna be initially paying back yourself.
Right. That'll build your credit up quick. That's how I started. Yeah.
It's a safer way. Exactly.
Awesome. Well, you know what? I mean, this has been a very informative show this evening, speaking on small businesses. This is a small business showcase. I have a small business. Diva has a small business. Andre has and they're nonprofit businesses. So we all are business owners, and a lot of us in the comments are business owners. So this is definitely a successful morning speaking on this topic. For me, it was, because I took notes, and I hope everybody else did too. We are getting close towards the end of the show, but we can continue. We got a couple more minutes. Did you want to go ahead and give us some more information, Andre, before we get ready to close down?
Yes. I just wanted to, now that you mentioned also the nonprofit arena, I also have a nonprofit myself, and been on plenty of boards. My nonprofit is called It Is Manna, like the manna that God rained down from heaven while they were in the Old Testament walking through the wilderness.
Yeah.
So it's a Christian-based nonprofit that, I just love doing, works for the community for, and also teaching on topics of the Bible. So if you are going to operate a nonprofit and be able to have some of your money contributed to your nonprofit, which you can do and deduct, you can get a simplified 1023, which is the application that for the IRS. And if you're going to operate under 50,000 in the beginning, which let's just be honest, you most likely are, then you can get that 501c3 status within 3 to 4 weeks.
Yep.
So it's called a streamlined. So there's a list of questions that you answer based on what you're going to be doing, with your nonprofit. If you qualify for that streamlined EZ application, you can have a 501c3 and have people donating to your nonprofit and getting tax deductions within a month.
Awesome. Nice.
So, but you also, like the business, you want to start with the state. So within your state, go to the Secretary of State website, get that nonprofit corporation application complete, and then get your EIN, and then go to the federal website. Is pay.gov. And you can file there, or you can come to us and we can handle your bylaws. We can handle all the paperwork, your program of activities, your program of narrative, all the statements that you will need to show that you are legit to the IRS. We can be able to establish and set that up for you, and you can have your nonprofit ready in no time, getting grants. There's plenty of grants. Go to grantwatch.com. They have state grants. They have local grants, all types of different. And what I like about grantwatch.com is the fact that you can filter out per the category that you're searching. So if you want to just do, homeless, or if you want to do veterans, whatever it is, you can go there and filter out that grant information. And then another thing, this would be a little resource as well. I call it the phone book, or the yellow pages for nonprofits, but GuideStar. If you go to GuideStar, they are also a website that has collected all the information of the nonprofits in the U.S. And so you can be able to affiliate yourself and work with other nonprofits, or see who they give to, because think about nonprofit arena and the nonprofit world is everybody's bumping elbows with each other and trying to help each other because they know how hard it is to get funding.
Right.
And so the biggest asset to a nonprofit is volunteers.
Okay.
Without volunteers, you can't move your products, your food, your whatever it is. So you can go on there and ask other nonprofits, hey, I know you guys serve in this same type of, capacity. Can I come help you out? And you can help me out. And then next thing you know, you guys
you're cross-working. Yeah.
Exactly.
And that's good community right there. And you guys, we got 30 seconds left. So let's go ahead and wrap it up for this morning. Diva, did you have anything you wanted to say? You got about 30 seconds.
Well, I would like to thank you, Andre, for giving us all this information, especially on DBA, because the way I started was ridiculous. So now I have a more understanding what I need to do to move forward.
Absolutely. Andre, anything last you want to say before we go ahead and sign out?
It's just been a blessing. I appreciate the opportunity. I hope it blesses everyone else. And as long as we keep the Lord first in our life, He'll lead the way.
Amen.
Amen.
You are listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection. It was a wonderful morning, brought to you by WKRA 92.7 The Change. You guys have a wonderful morning and stay blessed.
Hey y'all,
Thank you.
It's DJ Kitty
and Miss Morningstar.
We are here from Our Plugs, the Community Connection, and we will be your new morning host on WKRA 92.7 The Change.
Yes, we will be broadcasting Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time.
We'll also be streaming on YouTube at Our Plugs LLC.
Be sure to tune in.
Hey y'all, it's DJ Kitty
and Miss Morningstar.